All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're getting around to the Spy Family chapters that have dropped. I did mean to get around to the last one a couple of weeks ago, but between being sick and like a bunch of other stuff I was dealing with, I just did not have the time or the energy. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit glad I did wait because I think waiting to confirm like the long-held like prominent fan theory of like, oh, is Donovan Desmond like a mind reader? Does he also have like psychic powers? I think would have annoyed me trying to wait like 2 weeks to get the answer to that question. So I think I'm kind of glad that hopefully we'll maybe get to it in this chapter because if it feels like if it's going to be like another like delay where we're not going to get a concrete answer, I think that's going to annoy me a little bit. But we'll see. It looks like a relatively short chapter, so hopefully there's some kind of progression with it. Without further ado, though, let's dive into a Spy Family Mission 139 Part 2 by Tetsuya Endo. With translation by Casey Lowe, lettering by Rina Mappa. And we see Anya's little like mind crackles just like sparking off with die is like scat, dark is like brain itches, like this isn't it, it's like scared. It's like now, Des like research, don't know, it's like To Nia. Not this one's like, and you see her like straining her mind, it's like more crackles. And then you see like little crackle sparks just like floating around Donovan's head. With there it is, I think this is him. It's like man like him be thinking now in his final moments. It's like this is the mind of the telepathic alien. It's like there's something so utterly frustrating about not being able to understand the thoughts of others. That's supposed to be Donovan's thoughts? Huh, yeah. And he's just like, huh? It's like we told his family he was on the brink of death, but they still haven't bothered to visit. Well, I know these things can be complicated for all sorts of reasons, but I would hate to end up as this sort of father. I'm sure we both would. And Donovan's is still silent as he goes, this man, does he still toward me? Is there really no ulterior motive in calling here? I don't know, but maybe it doesn't matter. It's like, huh? The final boss? Of course he fucking does it. Oh man, I love how disappointed almost Anya seems with the fact that he's like apparently not a mind reading alien. The final boss doesn't have the power to read minds, and she just like put her ear to the floor. It's like I'd better listen in for a little longer. It's like you never should have come. The research. It's like there you are. I finally found you, Anya, and you see George like rushing down the halls. One of the nurses is like, please keep your voice down. It's like the other final boss is here. He's like, Mama, wait, I need to. And you see George is yanking her up and running full speed with, we're going to school. We won't make it for second period. He's like, ah. He's like, Lloyd asked me to get you there in time. He's like, wait, Anya, your nose is bleeding. He's like, oh no, you could die. We need to go back to the hospital. He's like, yay. She's like, does a U-turn and runs back. It's like, not, don't you think? And you see as Fiona's listening in, you have I can only make out the voice of Sergey, the former hospital director, and just barely at that. And you hear a ka-chack, and she freaks out with a pop. She rips off the little listening microphone off the window. And you see one of the scary looking bodyguard guys just like watching in, like looking out of it intently. And he comes back into that room. He goes, it's about time we were going. He's like, quite the impatient fellow. Won't you at least make an appearance at the symposium? It's like, no, I think not. And Fiona's like, the sound of someone using the stairs from this side? He's like, excuse me a moment. And you see the bodyguard going into the room that Fiona was in as he's looking around. He's like, sorry, it was nothing. He's like, I'm here to pick up Dr. Pink's patient charts. Like, oh, yes, of course. And you see Fiona just like sliding back, looking at him. Like, well, it looks like the bleeding stopped. Do you get nosebleeds often? Do you ever pick your nose? Like, nope. It's like, yep, all the time. Well, there it is. That's the reason. It's an especially dry day today, too. She's fine. Nothing to worry about, Mom. It's like, oh, I'm so glad. Can I take her straight to school? It's like, yes, you can. It's like, oh, no, I can't. No, wait, I'm a beautiful young lady and I've never ever picked my nose. And you see as Fiona's walking by, you have Desmond left and Sergey's gone to the symposium. I'll report back to Twilight and start surveilling Sergey. What? The final boss has already left? It's like, now let's get going on. And you have a whoosh. And as Yor takes off sprinting again. It's like, let's all try to make a sentence using this word here. And Anya's like, so Scion Boy's papa is just a normal human. It's like, I hope Hather's well, that he's in good health and all. Maybe I should ask my brother some questions about him. He kind of scares me, though. And he sees Anya glancing at him and was like, hey, I caught you looking at me again. He's like, I was not. It's like, whatever the heck you want to say to me, go ahead and say it. Yeah, say it. Say it clear and simple so even the boss man can understand with his language skills. Like, here we go again. And Anya's like, I'm sad that aliens don't really exist. It's like, you're not the son of an alien after all. He's like, what? You fool! Of course aliens exist. That's the dream of space travel. It's like he's right, Miss Forger. It may depend on how you define aliens, but the universe is full of spiritual. And Becky's like, oh, shut up. Come on, Anya, we're leaving. And he said later that evening with Anya, don't you think you should go to bed soon? It's like, okay. He's like, Worf. It's like the hospital will probably let Lloyd come home tomorrow, so wait patiently like a good girl. It's like I'm always a good girl. It's like good night. It's like good night. And you see as Anya's just like laying there with her eyes open, she thinks back to little like memories of like everyone she heard back there was like die scared, was like research, kind of just like squeezes her little toy. It's like Mama. It's like oh something wrong. Would sleeping with you make me a bad girl? And George just smiles like, "Come on in." You see them just like snuggling together, all like beautifully. Yeah, it was a nice panel. So, but yeah, very very short chapter. I guess quick thoughts on it. I don't know, man. It feels like Endo's even kind of like getting tired of his own series, and kind of like it feels like he wants to start wrapping things up soon, potentially. Because this was kind of a letdown. Like, yeah, we finally got like the answer to like the final fan theory confirmed. Like everyone's been speculating, like, oh, can you read minds or can he not? La la la. And it turns out like no, he's just a normal dude, and he's just like, oh yeah, like you can't understand the minds of others. And I think I even theorized this like way back when we were first like doing the flashback with Henderson, where he's like talking to Desmond, and he's just like, oh, like if only like everyone was able to understand each other without like lies getting in the way of like you only understand like if only everyone was able to speak the truth. Like I still stand by my theory from that, where I feel like the reason he wants to do like the whole Project Apple thing and like be able to do like the mind reading stuff is he wants to basically create a society where it'd be impossible for anyone to lie to anyone else. And I feel like to him that's kind of like the only way to get like people to understand each other and like stop like wars and conflicts and all that is if you're literally incapable of lying to another person, because they'd be able to read your thoughts and see like what your true feelings and your like your true intentions and everything are. So I feel like we're definitely heading that way with Donovan, where it's going to be like, oh, he's got like the right idea, he's just going about it the wrong way kind of deal, where he's kind of like do the thing that he thinks is going to be like the best for humanity. He's going to carry it out like the worst possible way kind of thing. So yeah, because it's been so long since I've actually read this series through properly. I think this is the first time Anya's had to like push her powers to the limit, to the point where she's seeking out like a very specific voice to like be able to listen in with her abilities on. And you see like how much the strain of that was like causing her like to bleed her nose and everything else like that. But I do wonder if this is going to cause like an evolution in her powers, where it might start going like a little bit out of control, because she pushed it so far. Maybe it's going to be like backfire on her a little bit, where like the voices and everything are going to start getting like louder for the next little while, until she learns to like properly control it again. But yeah, apart from that, I do wonder if like why the bald looking guy was like suspicious of like the hearing thing, if he heard something or like heard notice from someone else or something, because he was walking around, because it seems like something must have like triggered his thing to be like, oh, like someone was listening in on you, or like something must have triggered it for him to go looking for Fiona to try and like find out if they were being listened into or not. Apart from that, I wish Fiona did get more to do. She's kind of just there in this arc. She didn't really do like anything cool or important. We didn't get like any further insight into her like or her skills compared to like Twilight stuff. And we didn't really even get to see her like teaming up with Anya, or like them interacting a little bit, which I feel like would have been really nice to see with these chapters as well. Again, like this is a thing where it's like I don't want to judge it too early yet, because I want to see if this goes anywhere. But the idea that Anya's potentially having like nightmares now from like having seen like the hospital patients like inner thoughts, especially the ones that are like on death's bed, like death's door, and like palliative care, those kinds of things, like those thoughts. The fact that she might have like read too deep into those like the dying thoughts of someone who's like scared, frightened, all that, might have like psychologically messed her up. I don't know how much Endo's really gonna dig into that, because like, it made for like a really cute like family moment at the end of the chapter, but I feel like there wasn't enough build up to that for it to really emotionally like land the way I think Endo wanted it to, just because of like again how short the chapter was, and like because we didn't see any of the fallout. Like if we had seen Anya like battling with that during the school day a little bit more, if we had like a couple of extra pages of her like just like jumping at shadows, like a jumping at shadows kind of deal. I feel like that would have been a little bit more impactful. But again, like if it comes back as a future plot point, I don't want to like discount it right away and be like, oh, it's badly done. Like it's gonna come back at like a future point to develop into something else. So it's kind of like one of those things. I'm like, I wish he'd done a little bit more to build up, set it up for like that nice little moment at the end. But I was like, it was cute, but needs a little bit more work. So with all that said, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, we should hopefully be back to read through sometime next weekend. So look forward to that as well. So I think Spy Family's finally back to his regular schedule after like all the summer breaks and everything. So I think the next one's coming out in 2 weeks. So look forward to that when that drops as well. Apart from that, like I mentioned, I am also doing like game streams on the channel now. We just finished off playing through all of Dark Souls. So if you haven't already, if you've ever been interested in like the Dark Souls games, but like the difficulty stuff has put you off, take a look at that. I'm also playing through Nine Souls currently, and we should be wrapping that up in the next couple of weeks. After that, I'm going to be making my way through the Dark Souls trilogy. So if you're interested, pop on in. Those streams always tend to be a lot of fun, so come check it out. Until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.